If you want to learn how to make fried plantains, this is the only video you need to watch. Today we're trying a voiceover. My family and I were having so much fun in the background, you guys wouldn't be able to hear a single word. So I put some gloves on and now I'm rinsing the plantains. I already washed them, so I'm just giving them a quick rinse. These are sweet plantains, by the way. And when I'm done rinsing them, I'm gonna put them in this bowl right here. Now I'm gonna show you how I peel them. So you're gonna cut both ends first, like this. Then you're gonna cut along the lines that you see. Not too deep, just enough so you can get under the skin and remove it. So I'm cutting along the line. Now I'll show you how I remove it. See, it comes out easily. So I'll just remove it. It's like you're peeling a banana. And I'm just gonna do the same thing with the other ones as well. So I put them in this bowl right here and I'll show you how I prep for frying. So I grabbed a cutting board and my mom was passing me a knife right here because she was using it to do something else. So I grabbed the knife and I'm going to show you how I cut the plantain right here. So you're going to slightly tilt the knife and cut like this. So this one, I cut it into 8 pieces and I'm going to repeat that with the other ones. So I did a second one off camera, but here my mom was telling me that I should cut them bigger, so I started cutting them bigger. So instead of 8, I did 6 pieces. Due to the fact that these are sweet plantains, they tend to fall apart pretty easily because they are soft. So cutting them bigger helps that. So that's why I was doing that here. So I finished that off camera. My mom was frying some other ones here. These are the green ones, not the sweet ones. And while I wait for my mom to finish frying those, I'm gonna wash my banana press. I'm gonna use some soap and water and give it a good clean. It says Haiti on it because that's where my family's from and we love fried plantains over there and I grew up eating it. I prefer the sweet ones, but I know some people, they prefer the green ones. But I know that it's not just Haitians who love fried plantains. I know people from other Latin American countries who love fried plantains, and even people from other parts of the world that have tried it and loved it. So that's why I wanted to share this recipe with y'all. Now that the oil's ready, we're gonna fry our sweet plantains. So you're gonna drop them in the oil like this. I stay far away from the stove because I do not want to burn myself. The oil might splash everywhere when you drop them, so be really careful. As you can see here, I started at 8:55. In the meantime, my mom was showing me how to press the other ones. Like I said, she was making the green ones. They are the crunchy, crispy ones, and they look like this. About 3 minutes later, I go and check on my sweet plantains, so I'm gonna turn them a little bit. You don't want them to just cook on one side, so you want to make sure you turn them after 2 to 3 minutes. That way it evenly cooks on each side. While the other side is cooking, I grab some paper towel to drain the excess oil once we remove them. So I'm gonna put it right here, and I grabbed this thing right here to remove them from the oil. I forget what it's called, but I'll put the name on the screen for y'all. A couple minutes later, I removed them from the hot oil, so I couldn't grab everything all at once, so I was grabbing them by groups of 4, 5. Here I'm just showing you what they look like. So I'm gonna repeat the same thing. This time I grabbed more. I was proud of myself a little bit. So I'm gonna drop that as well, and I'm just gonna repeat the same process. Here I'm just grabbing the remaining ones, so I make sure to shake it a little bit, even though this drains the oil, but I still shake it a little bit to get rid of as much oil as I can before putting them on the paper towel. We put a towel on the counter because this was still very hot, and now I'm going to show you how I press them. I got the press from my mom and I'll show you. So you put it in between and then you close it. I was trying to figure out the best way to show you this. So you put it in between and then you just press it like this. It basically does the job for you. When you're done, it should look like this. With sweet plantains, you don't want to do it all the way because it's going to become mush. So I'm going to do another one. You press it. I don't completely flatten it because it's just going to become too soggy. Here I was making some space to put the other ones because if you remember, I still have more to fry, which I did off camera because I didn't want this video to be an hour long. And since we were not going to eat these the same day, we put them in this container right here to put in the fridge so we can fry them tomorrow. But I will show you how to do the whole process by finishing a few of them. The next step is to add some water to a bowl. And this part is to give them good taste. So I added a little too much water, so I had to get rid of some. But anyways, first you're gonna need some salt. I added about half a teaspoon. Then you're gonna need some sour orange juice. I added about 1 teaspoon. By the way, I'll link a video where I talk about why your food doesn't taste good, which explains why I'm using salt and acid here. I'm using a spoon to mix it all together, then I'll show you what to do next. Before you can eat them, you have to fry the plantains a second time. But first, we're going to dip them in the seasoned water. But like I said, we were just prepping for the next day, so we're not going to fry everything. However, I'm going to fry maybe a dozen just to show you the whole process. So right after that, I just dropped them in the hot oil. This part you really need to be careful because you just drop the plantains in water, so the oil is gonna be more agitated. So be really careful when you're standing in front of that stove. Here I'm gonna show you what time I started, so 9:12. Then I'm gonna let them fry for a few minutes. After like 2 minutes, I just turn them. Same thing I mentioned before, you don't want one side to fry and then the other side is left uncooked. So you want to make sure that you turn them after a couple minutes of frying. So I was tossing and turning them to make sure that both sides get cooked properly. And here I'm showing you what it's looking like. And I dropped it because I wasn't holding it properly. So here I thought they were cooked. So I started putting them on the paper towel. And I changed side because I was uncomfortable holding it like this. So here I'm just removing them from the oil and putting them on the paper towel to drain the excess oil. And my mom noticed that they were not done cooking yet, so she told me that I should cook them for a couple more minutes. So I put them back in the hot oil to make sure that they're properly cooked. So here she's just making sure that they're all covered with oil so they can cook. After a couple more minutes, it's now time to remove them from the hot oil. So I'm gonna bring my paper towel again right here, and I just put them on the paper towel, and I'm just gonna repeat that with the other ones. So I just make sure to remove all of them, then I'm just gonna let them drain on the paper towel right here and put them on a plate and serve. Hope you enjoy. I can't wait to read your guys' comments about trying this. What else do you want to learn how to make? Let me know in the comment section below. In the meantime, you can watch this video right here that's being recommended to you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.